A tiny baby crawls straight toward a massive dog that's easily 10 times the size. The parents freeze in pure terror, unable to move a muscle. The giant Newfoundland lowers his head, and what happens next leaves everyone speechless in amazement. Before we go any further, if this kind of heartwarming story touches you, smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and drop a comment. Where are you watching from right now, and what time is it there? Late afternoon sunlight spills across the wooden floor, making every strand of the huge Newfoundland's thick fur shimmer. His name is Rocky, and when he sits, he looks like a real mountain right in the middle of the living room. His head almost brushes the edge of the beige couch, and his paws take up more space than a dinner plate. Right in front of him on the rug sits little Leo, not even 1 year old yet, dressed in a soft white onesie from head to toe. His tiny legs stick out at funny angles. His little body still hasn't quite figured out balance, but his big, round, curious, and completely calm eyes are locked on the giant in front of him. "Keep him away," Emma whispers sharply from the couch. Her fingers dig into the corner of a cushion, shoulders tense with worry. Across the room, her husband Jake drops to one knee, watching closely. "Emma, it's okay. Rocky understands. Look, he's just sitting there calmly." "That's exactly what scares me," she answers quickly, voice low but firm. "He's unpredictable. One swipe, one mistake." She can't even finish the sentence. Her eyes are glued to her baby, sitting right in front of a dog that outweighs him 10 times over. Leo's tiny trembling hand reaches forward, chubby fingers open and close, trying to touch the dark, thick fur. His little mouth moves, making soft sounds, then louder. "Jake." Emma starts to stand. "Shoo, wait." Jake stops her, raising a hand. Worry is on his face too, but there's something calmer in his eyes. He spent his whole life around dogs, and Rocky has never shown a hint of aggression. Still, even his pulse races as Leo scoots forward and places his tiny palm flat on Rocky's broad chest. The big dog takes a sharp breath. Ears twitch. Head lowers just a fraction. Eyes focus intently on the baby. The sound of his deep breathing fills the room. "Oh, Jake." Emma's voice cracks. Rocky doesn't snap, doesn't growl, just complete silence. The stretched moment feels almost unbearable. Then Leo sways, lets out a happy squeal, and, to both parents' complete shock, throws his arms wide and lunges forward, trying to wrap them around the dog's thick neck. His whole body tips after his arms. Emma gasps and steps forward, but Jake grabs her arm. "Wait, just watch." Leo doesn't get far. His little body tilts sideways. His head is about to hit the hard floor when Rocky moves. One enormous paw, thick fur between the toes, slowly extends forward with surprising care. It lands exactly beside Leo's back, like a living support beam. Emma freezes. Her mouth falls open in shock. He didn't let him fall. Leo giggles, slapping both hands against a giant paw like it's the best toy ever. He makes happy nonsense sounds, then presses his face right into the fur. His whole body relaxes, like he's found the softest, safest place on earth. Rocky blinks slowly. His head lowers further. His big nose stops just inches from the baby's tiny face. Warm breath ruffles Leo's soft blonde hair. Jake whispers, almost to himself, he's protecting him. But Emma still has doubts. She stands close, hand shaking. "Jake, he's still just an animal. We can't know what's in his head. Just look at him." Jake replies quietly. If he wanted to hurt him, he's had 100 chances already. Leo clumsily pats Rocky's nose, then tugs on the long fur around his jowls. Emma's heart jumps into her throat, but Rocky only lets out a big, noisy huff through his nose. His eyes half close, as if accepting the rough little touches. And then comes a moment that seems to stop time itself. Leo leans back, eyes sparkling, and says one simple word in his baby voice. "Hug." His arms spread wide again, reaching toward Rocky's huge head. Emma's breath catches. Her hands fly to her chest. "Jake, stop him, please." But Jake can't move. His own heart is pounding so hard he can hear in his ears. Leo leans forward again, arms still outstretched, waiting. Rocky's entire body tenses. Every muscle locks. His eyes lock onto the baby with such intensity that Emma's blood runs cold. 3 seconds, maybe 4. Nothing happens. The whole room seems to hold its breath. Emma's vision blurs with panicked tears. "Jake," she whispers, voice breaking. "Do something." Jake's hand trembles as he starts to reach forward. But then Rocky moves, so slowly it almost doesn't seem real. The massive head begins to lower, inch by inch. Emma's hands cover her mouth, muffling a sob. The dog's huge jaws are so close to Leo's little face. One wrong move, one instinct, and it's over. Leo's tiny fingers reach toward the descending giant head. "Please?" Emma breathes. Tears stream down her cheeks. Rocky's eyes never leave the baby. His body keeps lowering, lower, belly touches the floor, then chest. He flattens himself as much as a mountain of a dog possibly can, until finally, that enormous head gently, perfectly settles right into the circle of Leo's tiny outstretched arms. For one frozen second, no one breathes. Then Leo lets out a pure squeal of joy that shatters the tension like glass. He buries his face in fur. Little hands disappear into the thick coat. He's giggling nonstop. Emma collapses back onto the couch, hand over her heart, gasping for the air she forgot she was holding. Jake's legs nearly give out. "You saw that?" he whispers, voice shaking. "You saw what he did?" Emma can't speak. She just nods. Tears pour down her face. Not from fear anymore, from something else entirely. Something she doesn't have words for. Rocky stays perfectly still in Leo's hug. His eyes are soft now, breathing calm and steady. Like this is exactly where he's meant to be. Like he's been waiting his whole life for this exact moment. He chose him. Jake says, voice thick with emotion. He really chose to protect him. Emma wipes her face with trembling hands. For the first time in minutes, she can breathe again. They both realize something special just happened. Something fragile and unforgettable. "Protect him," she whispers. Emma sits back on the couch. Her body is still shaking. "I can't believe what I just saw," she says quietly. Jake moves closer, throat tight. "This wasn't an accident, Emma. Rocky knows he's family." Suddenly Leo stirs. His little body wiggles. He tries to climb higher. Hands tangle deeper in the fur. For a second it looks risky. Fingers grip tight, weight pulling. Emma starts to stand again, ready to jump in, but Rocky is faster. He carefully lifts one huge paw and places it gently across Leo's little legs, just enough to steady him, to keep him from tumbling. The move looks deliberate, thoughtful. Leo makes happy noises and pats the giant paw. "Big, big," he says in his sweet baby voice. Jake lets out a soft laugh. He's right. Way bigger than he'll ever understand. Emma clasps her hands together, voice steadier now. But what if one day it changes? What if Rocky forgets? Jake turns to her, eyes calm. In the 5 years we've had him, he's never forgotten once. If anything, right now he's showing us who he really is. Leo pushes forward again. His head bumps Rocky's nose clumsily. The dog doesn't pull away. He gently nudges back, just barely enough to make Leo burst into another wave of laughter. That baby laugh squeezes Emma's chest with relief and joy. "I was ready to grab him," she says quietly. "I was sure it would end badly." "And now?" Jake asks. Emma's eyes fill with tears again, different ones this time. She can't speak, just watches as Rocky shifts his whole body into a more comfortable position, lying down so Leo can lean against his side. The thick fur becomes a living blanket around the baby, who snuggles even closer, like he's found the safest place in the world. Then Leo gives a huge yawn. His whole body melts. Face presses into the brown fur. Within seconds, his breathing slows. He's asleep. Rocky stays absolutely still. Eyes open and watchful, ears flicking slightly, listening to every sound in the house. Emma steps closer, legs still shaky. She kneels beside them, watching Rocky's gaze move from Leo to room, to her, to Jake, as if silently warning. No one comes too close. Jake puts an arm around Emma's shoulders. "Now do you understand? He's not just our dog. He's family." Emma nods. Tears leave tracks on her cheeks. More than family, he's a protector. And in that quiet living room, a silent agreement is born. Strength meets innocence. Trust defeats fear. Rocky, the giant Newfoundland, accepts his role without making a sound. This child is now under his protection. Did you like the story? If you were in Emma's place that moment, watching your tiny baby reach out to hug a massive dog, would you trust a dog and let it happen? Yes or no? Tell me in the comments below. If this touched your heart, subscribe and drop a like. It really helps. Thank you so much for watching till the end. See you in the next video. Have a beautiful day. Paw Prints Red Heart.